What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back with rumor video number 2. So if you haven't seen the first one I put out, go and watch that one because I'm going to try my best not to regurgitate that same information and keep this its own separate video. Now, before we jump into it, I want to thank today's video sponsor, Indy Ridge. Indy Ridge makes the best motorcycle riding boots, hands down. Yes, that's my personal opinion, but I stand by that statement. These boots are on my feet almost every single day, and they have been for the last 3 years. The quality is amazing. Their business practices are amazing. I love everything about Indy Ridge. If you want to learn more, you can go watch the review video that I put up about their boots or just hit their website. There is a link in the description of this video that will get you guys a discount. And yes, I get a little kickback too, but it doesn't make it any more expensive for you. So it's a win-win for all three of us. Be sure and check out Indy Ridge. Okay, so for rumor video 2.0, I've got 3 things to go over in no special kind of order. We'll start with this. I've heard a lot of rumors that the touring bikes will now get a suspension upgrade. Now, I've heard this information come across 2 different ways. One is that it will come from the factory with an inverted front end. 2 is that they're just going to offer in the parts and accessories some upgraded cartridges to go in your front suspension. Now, I want to go into this just a little bit more because I have been highly critical of Harley-Davidson touring bike suspension forever, with the exception of the CVO Road Glide ST, the CVO models, basically the bikes that have an inverted front end on them already. Now, you don't necessarily have to go inverted to get a better suspension feel, but people think I'm joking or exaggerating when I say this. Harley suspension technology feels like it's 20 years behind. Now, when I went and rode the Indian models, granted that's been several years ago, and I've also reached out to Indian to try to work with them directly and got left on red. But their suspension is just so much better. On every single model I rode, it was a noticeable difference. Harley is way behind the times when it comes to suspension. So if this is just a parts and accessories thing, that is a huge dropping of the ball for Harley-Davidson. You shouldn't have to spend more money to get the same technology that's on other bikes. And I know a lot of other people have been critical of other Harley-Davidson components, saying, oh, well, this manufacturer's been doing this for years, they've been doing that for years. Well, my sticking point with them is the suspension. They have to come with inverted this year, or you've completely messed up. Now, part 2 of this is that I've heard rumors through the grapevine that it will be Öhlins suspension. Now, I'm skeptical of that just because I know Harley had a deal with Showa that any production bike that rolls off the assembly floor must come with Showa suspension. Now, these kind of deals do expire. Has this one expired? Possibly so. And if these bikes do truly come with Öhlins suspension, then we'll know that that's been the case. And I'm not even saying it has to be Öhlins. Like I said, I rode that CVO Road Glide ST. That thing handles amazing. Probably one of the best handling bikes Harley-Davidson has ever created. I said the same thing about the Lowrider ST. So that means it's possible. We just have to get them to do it. Moving on to number 2. So I'm going to throw up this picture and let you guys see. This is what I believe to be a new Breakout, and we know this picture is not made up or fabricated because of who's in the photo with the bike. Now, there's a couple things we can take away from this photo. The first being, it looks like the Breakout is going to come with that upgraded 117 that makes just a little bit more power, which begs the question, you would almost have to guarantee that the Lowrider S and Lowrider ST would also come with that same engine platform or engine upgrade, if you will, because those are supposed to be Harley's performance softail. So if the Breakout gets it, the other 2 have to get it. And as I said in my last video, I think we needed to see something in the softail lineup because honestly, as a softail fan, a softail owner, that segment of bikes from Harley has gotten kind of stale and it needs something. So a little boost in power would be a step in the right direction at least. Now, another thing I wanted to point out in this photo is the headlight. Now, I'll zoom in the best I can without breaking down the quality. You guys tell me, does this look like a different headlight or is it just in a chrome casing? The 2024 Breakout has a black headlight casing. As you can see in this one, it's chrome. To me, that headlight looks a lot more circular. You know, the current Breakout, the 2024 model, kind of has that oval headlight, and I've heard a lot of people when I've been in dealerships kind of address that, and nobody's really seemed to love it. We'll put it that way. So you guys tell me down in the comments, does this headlight on this yellow Breakout here look more circular than the one that's on the Breakout now? It's not a huge deal either way. I mean, I guess if nobody liked it, it's definitely a necessary change, but I'm curious what you guys think. Now, this last one is a big one, and it's not technically a 2025 rumor, but it's probably been one of the biggest rumors in the last, I don't know, 5 years or so of Harley-Davidson, and that's the Bronx model. And I think we finally have our answer. I say that because I spoke with someone at Harley. I brought up the Bronx model in conversation, and this is exactly what I was told, is that it cannot be profitable for the price range that the bike would need to be in, which means they just can't produce it cheap enough to sell it to the people that would buy it at an affordable rate, which I think is the younger crowd and being Harley and stuff. I figure that bike to me should be a $12,000 to $15,000 motorcycle, and I feel like Harley would probably be $21,000 to $25,000, and I don't think the younger generation that wants the Bronx is interested or capable of paying that amount of money. So for that reason, I'm under the impression that we will never see the Harley-Davidson Bronx model, which brings us into somewhat of a bonus rumor. So in my first video, I mentioned I thought Harley-Davidson was going to do something like a ST Pan America. That's what I was calling it, just basically born from the track. So for those that didn't see the video, Harley-Davidson made the ST models, the Road Glide and Street Glide, based on the bikes that race in King of the Baggers. What the King of the Baggers races, they also race Pan Americas, so it makes sense to do that. Harley also watches what their customers do for 2-3 years, and then they kind of follow that trend. If you look on Instagram, 99% of the custom Pan Americas you will see have been built for the street, not for off-road. So I think we're going to get a more street-styled Pan America. I don't suspect there'll be any kind of performance changes. I would imagine the engine will be tuned the same. Maybe they would tweak the gearing some, just a little bit. Not sure on that. I think this will be mostly an aesthetic change. But point being, through some conversations that I've had, I feel even more confident now telling you guys that we will see some kind of street-oriented Pan America for 2025. And lastly, I want to touch on pricing. So I've watched some other rumor videos, and a lot of people are speculating that the price is going to go up on touring bikes as much as $2,000. I personally don't have any information on the pricing. I haven't heard any rumors other than watching other people's videos. I really hope that's not the case. Harley-Davidson brought the price down a little bit on touring bikes for this year, and I think that served them well to generate hype and get a lot of people out of those 2022, 2023 models just because so much stuff had changed. The price came down to kind of help trade them out of that, but I think Harley would be wrong to jump the price up at least by that much. Now, we normally see like $400 or $500 increases. If they do it by the 2000, like other people are saying, that's not cool to me, but it's not up to me. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know what other stuff that you guys are hearing. As always, my email is down in the description. If you have some good info that you can somehow verify in some way, shape, or form, send it over to me. I'll take a look at it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already. So I'm at 43, almost 44,000. I really want to hit 50K as soon as possible. That would be a huge thing if I could get all of you guys on board. It would help me do more content, make better content. So hit that subscribe button, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.